Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. It was one of the most electric pairings of the 2024 NFL season. Zack Ertz and Jayden Daniels lighting up defenses with surgical precision and undeniable chemistry. Now, heading into the 2025 season, the Washington Commanders have every reason to believe that this dynamic duo is ready to do it all over again and more. Ertz, speaking recently in an interview with Chiefs Wire's Ed Easton Jr., didn't hold back in his praise for the second-year quarterback. Jayden is one of the best quarterbacks in this league, Ertz declared, his tone a mix of admiration and conviction. This isn't just your typical veteran hyping up a young teammate. This is a Super Bowl champion, a three-time Pro Bowler, and a respected leader in the locker room, doubling down on what he's seen with his own eyes. A special talent, one capable of redefining the Commanders' offense and taking the league by storm once again. What's fascinating is that this all started before Jayden Daniels was even on the radar. When Ertz signed with Washington, the quarterback situation was a mystery. There was no Marcus Mariota, no first-round draft pick, and certainly no hint that Daniels would soon become the future of the franchise. For Ertz, the decision to come to Washington wasn't about the roster. It was about a vision. Offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury was the magnet. Having worked with Kingsbury during his time with the Arizona Cardinals, Ertz knew what the former head coach could do with a creative offensive mind and the right tools. Even with uncertainties looming, Ertz put his trust in Kingsbury and head coach Dan Quinn. "I didn't know about Coach Quinn, but I heard a lot of amazing things," Ertz said. That trust would prove to be the best gamble of his career. Ertz's leap of faith in the Commanders' new leadership speaks volumes about his character and competitive fire. After a rough stint in Arizona without Kingsbury at the helm, Ertz was looking for a fresh start. But not just anywhere. He wanted to go where he could be utilized, respected, and challenged. He wanted to be part of something real. "I just wanted to give back to people who truly believed in me again," Ertz explained. His words revealing a player not looking for a retirement tour, but for relevance, purpose, and another shot at greatness. Signing with a rebuilding team isn't usually the move for an aging tight end, but for Ertz, it was about more than wins and losses. It was about aligning with people he believed in. And in that spirit, he found something special, something he didn't even know he was looking for, a quarterback who could change everything. And then came Jayden Daniels. The Commanders drafted him in 2024, and what followed was nothing short of a meteoric rise. Daniels took the NFL by storm as a rookie, earning Offensive Rookie of the Year honors and leading Washington to an improbable NFC Championship game appearance. For a franchise that had been trapped in mediocrity for years, Daniels brought electricity, poise, and a winning mentality. But what made it even more thrilling was how seamlessly he connected with Ertz. The two built a rapport that felt like it had been years in the making. With 66 receptions, 654 yards, and 7 touchdowns, Ertz didn't just contribute, he thrived. At 34 years old, he turned back the clock and looked like the player who once dominated with the Eagles. And it wasn't just chemistry on the field. There was trust, rhythm, and a shared hunger to prove doubters wrong. As the 2025 season looms, Ertz's confidence in Daniels isn't just lip service. It's rooted in what he's seen behind the scenes, the off-season workouts, the late-night film sessions, the tireless grind that sets elite players apart. "I think we've taken another step this off-season between the two of us," Ertz said, referring to their growing tight end quarterback connection. And that's the kind of progress you want heading into a new year. Not just resting on last season's laurels, but actively building something stronger. Ertz knows better than anyone how fleeting success in the NFL can be. One year, you're on top of the world. The next, you're forgotten. That's why his message is simple. Last year is over. It's all about what comes next. And if training camp is any indication, what comes next could be even better. Daniels isn't coasting on hype or accolades. That's not who he is. Ertz sees it in the way he carries himself. Focused, humble, but fiercely competitive. It's that attitude that has veterans like Ertz buying in completely. It's about what kind of team we're going to be, what type of offense we'll run, Ertz said. highlighting the broader goals beyond individual stats. Daniels understands the responsibility that comes with being a franchise quarterback. He's not chasing headlines, he's chasing greatness. And for Ertz, that's the kind of quarterback you want to go to war with. It's rare to see such maturity in a player so young, but Daniels has that intangible it factor. He's not just reacting to the game, he's commanding it. That presence in the huddle, that calm under pressure, it's what separates good quarterbacks from great ones. Leadership is contagious, and Daniels is already setting the tone. But what makes this Commanders team particularly dangerous is that it's not just about one or two players. It's about a culture shift. Under Dan Quinn's leadership and Kingsbury's offensive vision, Washington is building something with real staying power. And veterans like Ertz are the glue, providing leadership, accountability, and championship pedigree. When he talks about the team's potential, it's not speculative. It's grounded in what he's seeing every day in practice. The effort, the execution, the hunger. That's the exciting part about football. It all starts anew every year, Ertz said. And in that new beginning, the Commanders see opportunity. They're no longer the underdogs. They're contenders. And with Daniels at the helm, the ceiling feels limitless. It's easy to forget just how much adversity Ertz has faced in recent years. Injuries, team changes, questions about whether he still had it, but he's answered every doubt with action. In Washington, he's found a second wind, a second home, and perhaps most importantly, a second chance to chase glory. What fuels him now isn't legacy or statistics. It's the bond he's formed with this team and the belief that they can do something special together. With Daniels, he's found a partner who sees the game the same way. Their connection isn't just physical, it's mental, emotional, and competitive. They're aligned in purpose. And when that happens between a quarterback and a tight end, magical things tend to follow. Ertz isn't just talking about a strong season. He's talking about a championship mindset. The 2025 season could be a defining one for the Commanders and for Ertz. If the chemistry between him and Daniels continues to evolve, if Kingsbury can unlock even more creative play designs, and if this young, hungry roster buys into the system, Washington could very well be in the Super Bowl conversation. That's not hyperbole. That's what happens when talent meets leadership and belief. Ertz's powerful words about Daniels aren't just compliments, they're declarations of what's possible. And while the NFL is a league built on parity and unpredictability, some things are undeniable. Jaden Daniels has that rare blend of talent and temperament, and with a seasoned veteran like Ertz at his side, the Commanders might just be the story of the season again. One thing's for sure, everyone's watching now. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. The NFL world is buzzing with one of the most unexpected trade rumors of the season. The Washington Commanders are reportedly in talks to send their star wide receiver Terry McLaurin to the Las Vegas Raiders. Imagine the shockwaves this deal would send through both fan bases. McLaurin has been the undeniable offensive leader for the Commanders, consistently delivering explosive plays and earning respect across the league. The mere idea of him wearing silver and black is enough to stir excitement and anxiety in equal measure. Sources whisper that the Raiders, desperate to bolster their receiving core, see McLaurin as the perfect weapon to elevate their offense to a new level. Meanwhile, Commanders fans are reportedly in disbelief, with social media blowing up with reactions ranging from outright anger to cautious curiosity about what they might get in return. Could this trade mark a seismic shift in the AFC West and NFC East landscapes? The rumors suggest that the Commanders are seeking a package of high-value draft picks and possibly a promising young player in return for McLaurin. This move, if true, could signal a rebuilding phase or a strategic pivot towards youth and future assets. But let's not overlook the emotional impact on the locker room and the fan base. McLaurin isn't just a player, he's a symbol of grit and determination for Washington. His departure would leave a huge void, both on and off the field. Speculation is rife that the front office might be willing to make this bold move to free up salary cap space or to shake up the roster chemistry. Meanwhile, Raiders fans are reportedly ecstatic at the prospect of adding such a dynamic playmaker to their ranks, dreaming about the fireworks he could ignite alongside Derek Carr, or perhaps a new quarterback if the Raiders decide to shake. things up further. This possible trade also raises questions about the Raiders' offensive strategy moving forward. McLaurin's playing style is characterized by relentless effort, crisp route running, and an uncanny ability to make contested catches. Bringing him into the mix would certainly change the dynamics of their receiving group, possibly pushing established stars down the depth chart. Yet, the Raiders might view this as a necessary shakeup to finally reach playoff contention after several years of near misses and inconsistency. The chatter among insiders suggests the Raiders coaching staff is particularly excited about the prospect of adding McLaurin's skill set, which could open up more creative play designs and keep defenses guessing. At the same time, skeptics wonder if the transition would be seamless given the difference in offensive systems and team culture between Washington and Las Vegas. On the Commanders' side, the ripple effects of potentially trading McLaurin are also significant. Fans are speculating about who would step up as the new offensive focal point. Could this be an opportunity for younger receivers or tight ends on the roster to rise to prominence? Or would the Commanders look to the draft or free agency to fill the void left by McLaurin? There's also the question of how this move would impact the team's overall morale and identity. McLaurin's fiery personality and work ethic have been contagious in the locker room. His rumored departure might shake the team's confidence, but could also serve as a wake-up call for others to elevate their game. The Commanders' coaching staff is reportedly weighing these factors carefully, as any rash move could backfire and set the franchise back further. Among fans, the reaction has been a mix of disbelief, frustration, and a flicker of hope. Some see this potential trade as a betrayal, feeling that McLaurin embodies everything the team and city stand for. Others speculate that the front office has a grand plan, possibly eyeing a younger core or a new star to build around. Social media is abuzz with theories. Will this trade pave the way for a new quarterback? Is the Commanders' management trying to send a message to players and fans alike? Meanwhile, Raiders supporters are already imagining the highlight reels featuring McLaurin's acrobatic catches in black and silver. Betting sites have even started adjusting odds for both teams, reflecting the magnitude of this rumored move. It's clear that regardless of what actually happens, this rumor has already captured the imagination of the NFL community. Financial considerations are another layer in this unfolding story. McLaurin is coming off a strong contract extension, which means he commands a significant salary. For the Commanders, moving him could be a way to manage their salary cap more effectively, freeing up resources to address other pressing needs on the roster. For the Raiders, investing in McLaurin would represent a substantial financial commitment, but one that could pay off in terms of on-field production and ticket sales. Industry insiders speculate that this trade could involve some complex financial maneuvering, such as splitting McLaurin's remaining contract or involving conditional picks. The business side of the NFL is often overlooked by fans, but in this case, it's shaping up to be a crucial factor that could determine whether this deal comes to fruition. The potential impact on team chemistry and leadership dynamics cannot be overstated. McLaurin has been a vocal leader in Washington, known for rallying his teammates and setting a professional example. His absence could create a leadership vacuum that the Commanders must fill quickly to maintain team cohesion. Conversely, the Raiders would be adding not only talent, but a player with proven leadership qualities. There's speculation that this could boost the Raiders' locker room culture, which has been criticized for inconsistency and lack of direction in recent years. However, integrating a new star player mid-season or even during the offseason isn't always smooth. Questions remain about how quickly McLaurin could adapt to his new environment and whether his style would mesh well with the Raiders' existing team culture and offensive schemes. Media outlets are already spinning the story in various directions, fueling the rumor mill. Some reports hint that the trade discussions have reached an advanced stage, while others suggest it's still early talks with many hurdles ahead. The Commanders' front office has remained tight-lipped, adding to the suspense and speculation. Meanwhile, the Raiders' general manager is reportedly eager to shake things up and bring fresh energy to the squad. Pundits are debating the merits of the trade from both teams' perspectives, weighing immediate gains against long-term risks. The NFL community is on edge, with every update scrutinized for clues. This kind of trade, if confirmed, would be One of the most talked about moves of the offseason, changing the narrative for both franchises. Fans and analysts alike are also curious about how this rumor fits into the broader context of the NFL's shifting power balance. The Commanders have struggled to find consistent success in recent years, and this potential move might symbolize a new direction, whether that's rebuilding or reallocating resources toward other positions. On the other hand, the Raiders are desperate to break free from the middle-of-the-pack status that has plagued them. Adding McLaurin could be the spark needed to re-energize their fan base and improve their competitiveness. Some insiders suggest this trade could be a stepping stone toward a bigger roster overhaul in Las Vegas, possibly involving quarterback upgrades or defensive acquisitions. The ripple effects could extend beyond just these two teams, influencing division races and playoff projections. In the final analysis, this rumored trade involving Terry McLaurin is the kind of headline that keeps NFL fans glued to their screens and social media feeds. The excitement, the anxiety, and the sheer unpredictability of such a move capture the essence of professional football's drama. Whether or not the trade actually happens, the conversations it's sparking reveal just how much fans value star players like McLaurin, not just for their on-field skills, but for what they represent to a franchise and its community. As the rumor mill churns and more information emerges, one thing is certain: the NFL offseason just got a whole lot more interesting, and every Commanders and Raiders fan will be watching closely, hoping their team comes out on top in this high stakes game of chess. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.